What the f?
Looks like that's the last time this officer decides to take a psychedelic edible while he's on the job. I'm John Bonnell, and this has been World's Weirdest Police Videos. Jesse Shade here for Awfully Good Movies on behalf of the JoBlo YouTube network, and Stephen King's name continues to loom large in the fields of literature, film, and television, even at the spry age of 77. But the only thing that Mr. King has written expressly for the big screen that wasn't based on a prior work of his might be among the silliest things that he has ever put his name on, which is saying a lot from the director of Maximum Overdrive, about a mother and her teenage son living in a small town in Indiana where they hide their true identities as the last of a race of vampiric feline shapeshifters, feeding on the life force of the town's female teenage virgins, while doing some incest banging on the side, as brought to you by King co-collaborator and Hocus Pocus screenwriter Mick Garris, alongside a plethora of cameos from some of the biggest names in horror film and literature. So let's take a long walk and load up on silver bullets alongside our horror expert Tyler Nichols to discuss the weirdest thing that Stephen King has ever written while not high on cocaine or painkillers, in this shape-shifting episode of Awfully Good Movies.
His family needs Brian. I need him. God, I hate this freaking cat.
As we start to ready up for spooky season, I've been in a Stephen King mood.
Just this once.
And since Jesse has already covered one of my favorite Awfully Good King adaptations in The Mangler, I want to dive into something that has been recommended to me by several loyal viewers. So let's get into that movie that spotlights the most terrifying villain of them all, Pussy. Cats.
Help! My pussy's gone crazy!
Pussycats. You know, the felines. Because we're looking at how awfully good is Sleepwalkers.
What do you think happened? I don't know, but somebody sure doesn't like cats.
It's pretty common to utter the phrase, yeah, the movie isn't great, but the book is fantastic.
Pretty good.
It's practically expected at some point, especially when it comes to Stephen King stories. His books just tend to be next level, while his films can be a bit disappointing.
Silver bullet.
So what do you get when you get a Stephen King movie that isn't based on anything at all? In fact, he actually wrote the script for this one, and it's the first not based on a story of his. I mean, unless you count Creepshow, which fucking rocks.
You ain't gonna get in that top, are you?
This is also directed by Stephen King mainstay Mick Garris, who also would do the Shining miniseries, Quicksilver Highway, The Stand, Riding the Bullet, Bag of Bones, and Desperation. The man sure loved him some King. But I'd argue that many of these adaptations aren't that great. I mean, I know King thinks otherwise, but give me Jack Nicholson over Steven Weber any day of the week. Still, I'm willing to try out any of his movies, and somehow Sleepwalkers has passed me by over the years. So let's go over this bad boy together.
What the fuck?
The film starts off and I immediately know that I'm in for trouble. We get a title card that reads, Sleepwalker, noun, nomadic shape-shifting creatures with human and feline origins. Okay, sounds pretty normal so far. Vulnerable to the deadly scratch of the cat. Wait, what? You're telling me that these things' greatest weakness is a cat scratching them? Fine, whatever, at least it has a weakness. The Sleepwalker feeds upon the life force of virginal human females. Virginal human females? What kind of incel wrote this line? Probable source of the vampire legend. Wait, so in this world, vampires aren't vulnerable to garlic, crosses, the sun, or holy water. No, it's the scratch of a little kitty cat that will murderate them. Not even 30 seconds in and I'm already annoyed to shit.
Yeah, that's a good boy. How Clovis.
Then we've got Mark Hamill showing up as a cop, and he just looks annoyed to even be there.
God, I just hope nothing something horrible happened to them.
Hey, it's the lady who gets her face slammed in and Jason goes to hell.
Nobody's gonna touch that fucking ray of sunshine.
The cops find a little girl who's been drained of her life force. We know she's a little girl because braces!
What's that in her hair?
There's some absolutely batshit stuff going on in this movie. From trying to bait and kill a cat with a bear trap, to gravestone rubbings in their house, it's hard to pick between all the weird shit going on here.
Tanya doesn't have to hurt.
But the coup de grace is the fact that our lead Charles is in a romantic relationship with his mother.
What the fuck?
It'd be one thing if they were just ancient beings and she's playing his mom in this scenario so that he can trick high school girls, but he's literally calling her his mother before going and screwing each other. And why does their lovemaking make a strange pink glow? I have so many questions. Charles is putting his life force sucking eyes on Tanya. We find that out because he's literally carving a T into his arm when we first see him. And to really lay the point home, he even has a heart drawn over her in his yearbook. And honestly, shout out to Matt Chanamick, who is absolutely one of the most beautiful women on the planet. I fell in love with her during Twin Peaks, so I'll always have a soft spot for anything she's in. Charles should just be ditching his mother for her in a heartbeat. What is wrong with you, Charles?
You were the chosen one!
Tanya's parents are actually played by Lyman Ward and Cindy Pickett, who were actually Ferris's parents in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
And don't go pushing it and making yourself worse.
Maybe you're right, Dad.
It's crazy to see them play another on-screen married couple. Though, sadly, they did actually divorce the year that this movie came out. Was it because of Sleepwalkers? I guess we'll never know. Our first chance at seeing Charles in his weird Catman form is when his teacher, played by Otho from Beetlejuice, tries to blackmail and sexually harass him, and he breaks off his fucking hand.
People really should learn to keep their hands to themselves. Here's yours.
Okay, I'll give it to him. That's a cheesy but great line. And I'm sorry, but this is not intimidating in any way. Shows how much vampires really should never be shown in the daylight. Maybe stick to the established rules instead of these weird sleepwalker rules. I guess when you're Stephen King, you can just get away with everything.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine.
And even better, this teacher gets bested because he runs into a fucking tree like he's Sideshow Bob running into a rake. And Charles just kind of gyrates on top of him. He's literally just moving his head back and forth. Is that really supposed to be feeding? And can someone please explain to me the powers of sleepwalkers? Because I just assumed that they probably had super strength and some charm, you know, like a vampire. But Charles literally turns his car invisible. And all I can think is, how does that power even work? I mean, how the hell does he have the same power set as Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four?
Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me, you fucking cat!
Wait. How did the sheriff not hear him? He's right there.
Oh, shit!
So wait, he can turn invisible and the noise he makes is rendered mute as well? What is with these powers?
Okay. She will be.
And he can just change the make and model of his vehicle on the fly? Okay, next time someone asks me which superpowers I would have if I could have any, it's the Sleepwalker's abilities.
I'm gonna find him.
And I didn't quite understand why, after seemingly wanting to protect her from his mother, Charles then decides to try and attack Tanya in the cemetery.
Is this the excitement you were talking about, Tanya?
I mean, hell, he was trying to drain her despite the fact that his mother was the one that needed to feed. Made no sense to me.
Feed. Suck her dry.
And did they have to kill off the poor sheriff with the badass cat? I mean, I'm not even a cat guy, but Clovis is an all-timer in the feline department.
Here we go. Get that motherfucker! All right.
I also have to be sure to shout out the super random Toby Hooper, Clive Barker, and Stephen King cameo at the site of the sheriff's death. There's something special about seeing King try to act in his movies and always come across like a total weirdo.
$200.
We also get John Landis and Joe Dante appearing as lab technicians later in the movie. I mean, I already love this movie for its insanity, but its crazy cameos just make it even better.
They're the logical next step for you. I want some of that shit.
And I love that the Sleepwalkers just keep getting more and more cats hanging out in their front yard. Like, at some point, you can probably just call animal control and say that the local stray population is getting out of hand versus resorting to bear traps and tuna as bait. What makes this plot even crazier is that Madchen Amick is actually allergic to cats. That's right, she didn't tell anyone until just before production. And I guess it makes sense as to why, because she doesn't really have any scenes with the cats outside of the one where she holds Clovis at the end. But it's still weird to agree to do a movie that is so cat-centric when you have that affliction. Still, you know who else is allergic to cats? Director Mick Garris. How on earth are you going to agree to direct a film where cats are featured so prominently? I hope he brought his Benadryl with him while filming because that just sounds like an absolutely miserable experience. Especially towards the end where they had over 100 cats on set.
I'm going to make a stim. I can do it, but you have to keep perfectly quiet.
Wait, so it doesn't mute you? Then how the hell was he yelling at that cat earlier and the sheriff was completely ignorant to it?
How in the hell did I do that?
Oh, make it make sense. Mother Brady ends up going on a bit of a rampage, banging these two cops' heads together, smashing Mr. Robertson over the head with a flower vase, and throwing Mrs. Robertson out of a window. Hell, she literally stabs this cop with a piece of corn.
No vegetables, no dessert.
And then she bites Ron Perlman's fingers off. This lady has lost her goddamn mind.
We could have had something special, but you one crazy ass bitch.
Okay, so one of her powers is that she can make bullets into missiles? Seriously, what can a sleepwalker do? Though I genuinely love how much Tanya just consistently whoops Charlie's ass in the movie. She even ends up killing him, which, hey, you go, girl. Mother Brady's Catwoman form is pretty nuts, with her looking like part cat, part zoonoid from the Guyver.
Holy shit!
Is that how this works? I really don't understand the rules of these damn sleepwalkers.
What are the rules?
Oh Christ, I'm singing again.
What are the rules?
Still, the day is saved, and we can sleep easy knowing that no crazy cat people are out there to murder young virgins, since I'm sure we were all concerned with that. Ultimately, I actually really enjoyed my time with the insanity of Sleepwalkers. I never expected a movie where cats were so prominent to stand out to me, but I really did get a kick out of it, in all its iterations. It's so batshit insane that it's hard not to like its wackiness. Is it a good movie? Absolutely not. But it's a damn entertaining one, which is why I'm giving Sleepwalkers an awfully good rating of a B. What else should I cover on Awfully Good? Is there anything in particular that you're wanting to see for spooky season? Let us know in the comments below and we'll see you in the next episode.
Stay away from me!
Now, Tanya, when exactly did I lose your trust?
It's awfully good. It's awfully good.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.